Welcome to another video. So today we're going to be talking, as you can tell based on the title, we're going to be talking about the Celebrity Equinox ship. Now, if you had seen my series on my actual trip back from April, you'll know that we were on a celebrity cruise. And I decided to start a series where I talk about all the different ships that I've been on with Celebrity and give my review on them, and whether or not I think they're a good ship to go on or that they need updating. So I did ask my family that was with me on these trips for their input, and I have a pen because I wrote it all down. So I have my notes. Now, with the Celebrity Equinox, it is not an older ship, but not a new ship either. It's somewhere in the middle. I think it was around like 2012 to 2019-ish that it was fully redone. So the cabins are really nice. They're not super small, but they're not super large either, unless you get a suite, which we did not have a suite. We had a sunset veranda, and we all had our own beds, which was really nice. So they took the king size bed and split it into two for Mom and I, so we both had our own beds. And then Jen had the drop down bunk, and then Ashley had the pull-out couch that turned into a bed. We all liked the ship. It was beautiful, recently updated. The staff were attentive, friendly. They all took if we had complaints about something, which we did, they took it really well and took it higher up for us. They, with food allergies, were really good about making sure that we always had the menu the night before to place the order for dinner that night. The only instance that we had was the first night. They couldn't figure out where our allergy-friendly meal was because we had ordered it during the concierge lunch, and then it took like 45 minutes to get everything sorted, and we couldn't order drinks or bread service or anything. But once we got that sorted, it was perfectly fine. My notes just say Jen says it was fine. Jen didn't really give me much to go on. Neither did Ashley. She just said it was fine. I enjoyed it. The buffet was nice. The sit-down dinners were really nice. However, if you didn't like something on the menu, I did ask for the kids meal the one night, and our waiter handed me the kids menu. It was like this, and there was like a cheeseburger, a grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and french fries. So I still got my main starter, and then I got the kids meal, like the kids mac and cheese and french fries, and then I got the adult dessert just because I was not eating anything on the adult menu that night. So they will definitely give you the kids meal if you would prefer it over the adult one, if there's nothing on the menu that you like. So that's always an option for you if you don't find anything on there. They do put the menus out on the app every about 45 to 60 days before you sail. The menus are out for you to look at on the Celebrity app in the dining. And if you don't want to do the sit-down dinners for the main dining room, you can always just go to the buffet. You can tell them you're not doing the sit-down. So we had the 6 p.m. slot, which we were there at 5:30, or there was an 8:30 option, or there was anytime dining during my time dining. We didn't do that one. We preferred the 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock one. So we were in there, we got to see the late show, and then after the show, we pretty much went to bed. Or the one night we did go to a dance party that was Mamma Mia and ABBA, so we did do that. There was one night that we briefly went and looked at the party that was happening on the pool deck. However, we did not stay for it because it was at like 11 o'clock at night. We had an early morning the next day for our excursion, so we did not do that. But overall, I would definitely rate this ship an 8 out of 10. We really enjoyed it. There wasn't really anything that I found was dated, because I believe they did just do a recent upgrade on the ship. However, I would definitely sail again once I've finished my series on Celebrity, so I would definitely go back on this ship again if I were to cruise again. So on the ship in different itinerary, but they do go other places. We went to Grand Turks and Caicos, Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, and Bimini, Bahamas. So that's what we did on this ship, and they were all great. They had signs for you to follow for getting on and off the ship. They had wet towels, nice cold wet towels for you to put on your neck when you're getting back on the ship after a long day in port. They had 3 different types of ice water for you to try. There was the regular ice water, then there was lemon and orange. And they had seating down there, like nice comfy couches for you to sit on before you got back on the ship. And it was a well-oiled machine just getting on and off the ship. In port, we were parked we literally docked or parked right by, like, there was a walking path into duty free, and then that led you into where you went for the first two. Bimini Bahamas, you got off the ship and basically there was like these two little huts, and that's where you checked in for everything, and then you could either walk the pier down to the beach or you could take the shuttle around to the stores and the beach and everything. So we did that. There wasn't a whole lot in Bimini Bahamas, so if you saw my Bimini Bahamas review guide, but yeah, that's my little short review of the Celebrity Equinox, and I will be reviewing all the other ships as I get on them. So stay tuned for the rest of my celebrity series, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, turn your notification on so every time I post. And if you have a video idea for me, restaurant me to try, or push up me to travel to, feel free to DM me on social media. All the links are below. Or you can go to my website, christinalouisefitness @gmail.com, or my website, christinalouisefitness.com, for the YouTube requests, and I'll see you guys next time.